Listen, you just like the real heavy. You can start talking.
Nobody's on there yet.
Not yet. I have to get the link.
I'm sharing it on all the Kiski pages.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's game is being video streamed on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. You can watch the game anytime you want for free on your computer or your phone.
What should they search? Kiski Plum? How do they find it on YouTube?
Send that link.
What is it? Read it to me, please.
What's up?
Read it.
It's right there. Read that.
RTMP : //
Hold on. Okay, to get started.
So after a few technical difficulties here with the internet at Plum High School, we are finally ready to go just in time with the opening kickoff settled at the 5-yard line. That's Dom Simmons. And Simmons across the 30. And Kiski will take over. 1st and 10. So we apologize for the delay. Hopefully you're able to join us as we are here for a non-conference Week 0 game between the Kiski Cavaliers and the Plum Mustangs. Happy to have you with us. Hopefully we get more and more as word gets out. 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers from the 32-yard line. Here's LeBrin Smith. Man in motion is Dom Danilo. Handoff is to Connor Flem. And Flem gets tripped up around the line of scrimmage. Maybe gain of 1. And that's what we will give him. 1. Brings up 2nd and 9. That's Smith in the gun. Man in motion is Danino. Smith. Quick pass to Simmons. Simmons avoids a tackler and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't look like he gained much, if any, there.
by number 26, Don
Just
Pryor.
beginning the ball game here.
And also Noah Odom.
Kiski faced with a 3rd and 9 from the 33-yard line. Kiski area comes out. 4 wide receivers set. Behind Smith is Deshaun McBride. And here's Smith. Looks right. Quick pass to Gonzalez. And Gonzalez is tackled right around the 35-yard line. So, easy throw and catch, but well short of a first down as Kiski's first offensive possession nets maybe 4 yards. 0-0 is our score with just under 10 minutes remaining. Kiski area will be forced to punt. The punt bounces inside the 35 and rolls inside the 25. That is down by Brennan Moore. And the Mustangs will take over.
At their 24-yard line.
Plum coming off a 4-6 season last year. Lost in the opening round of the playoffs to Hampton. We'll see what they come out with here in their first possession. Man in motion. And here's a handoff. Handoff is to Moore Watkins. And he goes nowhere. Moore Watkins, 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Plum Mustangs. But he had nowhere to go on that one. Loss of a long 5. Throw. Straight down the field. In and out of the hands of a would-be receiver. On the coverage there was LeBrin Smith. But LeBrin Smith was beat several yards as number 5, Darian Nelson was unable to hold on. Nelson had several steps on Smith there, but fortunately for the Cavaliers, he was not able to hold on. Brings up a 3rd and 16 from the 22. 9 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Scoreless here so far. Quarterback rolls to his left, misfires. That was Sean Franzi with the wide throw for the Mustangs. And just like the Cavaliers, Plum will be forced to punt. And it looks like Franzi will be back to punt for the Mustangs. Back to receive for the Cavaliers is Dom Danino. Danino stands around his 50. Here's the punt. A nice high punt as Danino is forced to retreat. Bounces at the 33-yard line and pretty much sticks there. And Kiski area will take over. Second possession for the Cavaliers.
Kiski takes over first and 10 at their 35.
First and 10 for the Cavaliers from the 35. 8:52 remaining. Here's LeBrin Smith in the gun. Behind him is Connor Flem. 2 wide receivers on each side. Smith. Man in motion is McBride. Hand off to Flem. And Flem, again, maybe back to the line of scrimmage, but nowhere to run, as he is stacked up immediately by the Plum defensive line.
Brought down by number 55, Nate Thomas.
Another gain of 1. So far, Plum, the leading rusher for the game at 2 yards. Not saying much, as neither offense has really been able to get anything going. 2nd and 9. Here's Smith. Smith looking right. He's got Danino. Danino has a step, and it's a perfect pass in the hands of Don Danino, and that is a Kiski area touchdown. Great throw and catch between LeBrin Smith and Dom Danino. Wow. They must have heard me talking. As I said, not much offense going on, as LeBrin Smith was able to find Dom Danino streaking down the numbers of the right side and laid it in his hands perfectly. Dom Danino cruises into the end zone. Connor Flem set for the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. So the Cavaliers, after a 3 and out on their first possession, put the first points up on the game. Kiski area leads 7-0. 8:05 remaining in the first quarter. So we didn't get to talk much in the pregame as we were experiencing some internet difficulties here at Plum High School. I'm your host, Mark Flem, alongside superstar Jess Forsey. He's been a magic man trying to get everything up and running for us. Unfortunately, you won't hear him right now. We're going to try to get him going.
YouTube. You know we're on YouTube, Boxcast.
We were on Boxcast. Now we're broadcasting via YouTube. Thanks to Jess Forsey and his amazing internet or technological mind is able to get us going. But in the pregame, we would have talked about LeBrin Smith and Dom Danino and what we saw in the early going. Here's an onside kick by the Cavaliers. Picked up by Plum around the 45-yard line. Tackled by Brennan Moore just shy of midfield. Anyway, we would have talked about LeBrin Smith and Dom Danino, the new tandem for the Cavaliers, as Kiski has lost their top 2 receivers from last year, Calvin Heinley and Matt Hilty. Looking for big things from Dom Danino and new Dom Simmons, who we mentioned early on, and it is Danino that struck first for the Cavaliers. So here's Plum on their second go-around. Handoff to Moore Watkins. And he is hit by a host of white jerseys. It looked to be led by number 77, Jack Kreider. No gain on a play. Brings up a 2nd and 10. As I said, Kiski area leads 7-0 in this opening quarter. 7:30 and counting. This is the second possession for the Plum offense. That's Franzi in the gun. Franzi looking right, fires. It's complete to Thomas. And Thomas is able to elude the first tackler and get close to that first down marker. Caden Thomas, 6-foot senior. A little extra run after the catch. Brings Plum just shy of a first down. Looks like 3rd and 2 from the 48. Here's Franzi again in a shotgun. Man in motion. And the give is to that man. That is Darian Nelson. And Nelson goes nowhere.
Nelson on the carry brought down.
Nelson is hit for a big loss.
Here's up to fourth down.
And Plum will be faced with another 4th and long.
Back to receive for Kiski.
4th and 8 from the Kiski 49. And Franzi is back to punt again. Don Danino set to receive the punt. Franzi gets it away. Bounces at the 10 and into the end zone. So Kiski will take over from the 20-yard line, leading 7-0. 5:59 remaining here in the opening quarter. If you're just tuning in with us right now, thank you. We had some technical difficulties with the internet here at Plum. We had to switch over to YouTube to give you this broadcast. Hopefully you were able to find us and tune in. If you just tuned in, the first score of the game was by the Cavaliers. LeBrin Smith to Dom Danino. A big throw and catch on the second possession of the game. Kiski comes out this time at their own 20. And that's Smith in the gun. And off to Flem. Flem finds a bit of a seam and stretches up to the 25-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. Second and 5. Connor Flem comes off the field. And behind Smith is McBride now. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. LeBrin looking left. Now he's running. And he's tackled at the 30-yard line, maybe just shy. LeBrin was locked in on his receivers on the left side. Couldn't find anyone. I believe that's a generous spot as the official marks that ball at the 31-yard line. And a first down. It looked like Smith maybe got to the 30, but I thought that was a stretch. Apparently my eyes aren't as good as Kiski area gets a new set of downs. First and 10. 3 wide receivers for Smith. Fake handoff, and it's batted away. Smith's pass batted away by Caden Thomas. Kiski area likes the quick throw and catches. We saw 2 of them in the opening possessions. If you watched any of the Kiski area games last year, you would have seen that. That's definitely one of the major plays in the Kiski area playbook. They like the quick throw, quick screen, if you will, or quick pass to the receivers. And this one, no go as the ball was batted away. So second and 10 from the 31. Flem in the backfield again. And the give is to Flem. Flem lowers his shoulder and keeps his feet moving as he works his way up to the 35-yard line. Looks to be a gain of 4.
Third down and 6.
And indeed it is. 3rd and 6 from the 35-yard line with just over 3 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Kiski area coming out in the shotgun formation again. 3 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. The solo receiver looks to be Colin Klein. Smith is wrapped up, but he's able to elude the tackle. Still looking, still going. And Smith with a magnificent run. Nifty footwork. And Kiski area gets a big first down. LeBrin Smith. We didn't see any of that last year as LeBrin Smith was one of Kiski area's wideouts. Logan Johnson, who has since graduated, was a starting quarterback. But LeBron Smith showing his versatility, athleticism, and picking up a big first down for the Cavaliers. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Smith, handoff to Flem, and Flem hit immediately in the backfield by number 71, Chase Schrock. Flem was able to fight him for a yard or two, and what would have been a loss of 1 or 2, I believe, is a no gain. Flem and Klein leave the field for the Cavaliers. McBride and Davian Pope enter. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. The one on the right is Pope. Smith looks left, and as you heard me say, whoa, I'm sure that's what LeBron Smith was thinking as he was hit by 2 purple jerseys. Nowhere to go. Hit and brought down at the 40-yard line. So 3rd and long for the Cavaliers as we wind down the first quarter here. Make it 3rd and 16. 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. Here's Smith. He was able to pick up the last first down with his feet. Let's see what he can do here. Before we can get going, we're going to get a false start penalty on the Cavaliers. So that 3rd and long just became 3rd and longer. Make it 3rd and 21. 49 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. The Cavaliers lead 7-0. In case you're just tuning in, Dom Danino scored our first touchdown on a long throw and catch from LeBron Smith. And Smith is going to look and try to pull off some magic here as the Cavaliers face a 3rd and 21. Smith looking left. Still looking. Scrambling. Fires over the middle. He finds Danino. Danino finds some room. And there he is again. Dom Danino. LeBron Smith to Dom Danino. Sounds awfully good for the Cavaliers as they extend their lead 13-0. As we get set for the extra point, I do see a flag on the field around the 35-yard line. Don't know if that flag came in after. It looks like they're walking back.
The penalty is an illegal forward pass.
An illegal forward pass by the Cavaliers as LeBron Smith crossed the line of scrimmage. So what would have been the second receiving touchdown by Dom Danino is now a 4th down for the Cavaliers. An unfortunate break for the Cavaliers, or fortunate break for the Plum Mustangs, however you want to look at it, as we're faced with 3 seconds left in the opening quarter. The flag went against the Cavaliers as Danino was running into the end zone. I spotted the yellow flag on the opposite side of the field. And indeed, that penalty is against the Cavaliers. So the punt team will come out for the white jerseys. Back deep for Plum is Darian Nelson. To kick for the Cavaliers is number 36, Maddox Anderson. Maddox Anderson has his punt blocked. Anderson's
punt was blocked by number 2, Bryce Robertson.
Coming from the soccer field, Maddox Anderson, not sure if he punted at all for the Cavaliers as he's been in and out of practice due to soccer. I would have thought Connor Plum would have been the punter, but what do I know? For some reason, Maddox Anderson is out there, and I don't know if he was confused on the play, but it took an awfully long time for him to get that punt off. Again, somebody we haven't seen very often at practices, and I don't even believe he was at the last scrimmage due to other responsibilities with soccer, but nonetheless, the Cavaliers have the punt blocked, and we'll take a quick break as they lead 7-0. We're good. Let it run. We're good. I'll pick it right back up. First and 10 for Plum as we start the second quarter. Here's Franzi in the gun for the Mustangs. Just outside midfield as Kiski had their punt blocked. Here's a little screen pass to Moore Watkins. And he has a ton of room. And he will go. Moore Watkins takes a simple little screen pass. 51 yards. And just like that, Plum is back in the game. Sean Franzi to Eric Moore. And Plum now trails 7-6.
Bolino on for the extra point, the holder, number 12.
Several white jerseys in the backfield as Franzi was able to get that pass off. A design screen, and Moore Watkins worked it to perfection. The extra point is up, and it is good, and we have a tie game. So just like that, a 14-0 game turns into a 7-7 game. What I mean by that is right before the first quarter ended, it looked like LeBrin Smith and Dom Danino connected for score number 2. But LeBrin Smith was across the line of scrimmage, and the touchdown was voided. So Kiski was forced to punt, and the punt was blocked. That punt by Maddox Anderson. Again, not sure why Maddox Anderson was back there to punt. He looked a little either confused or unsure of himself, and the kick was blocked easily. So Plum took over just shy of midfield, and one play, Franzi to Moore, and the game is tied.
Number 4, Danino, number 11, Simmons.
So here we go, Kiski area. Set to receive the kick. Back deep for the Cavaliers. New Dom and Old Dom as they're known at practice. That's Dom Danino, number 4. He's Old Dom. New Dom is Dom Simmons, number 11. He transferred to Kiski from Valley. That is Dom Danino. And Danino is able to work his way across the 30 up to the 33-yard line. As I was saying, Dom Simmons played for the Valley Vikings last year, transferred to the Cavaliers this season, and he looks to be a great addition for the Cavaliers. We've only heard his name once so far, but he should be somebody that we hear about throughout the season as he and Dom Danino anchor the wide receiver position. Here's Smith in the gun. Shuffle pass to number 24, Taquan Phelps.
Brought down by Caden Thomas. along with Nick Odom.
Not much doing on that play.
Loss of one.
Loss of one. Maybe two. Brings up second down for the Cavaliers, just over 11 minutes. Here's Smith in the gun, and that's Phelps behind him. We got a timeout by the Cavaliers. That is the first timeout of the ball game. First by Kiski area. As the Cavs coaches want to talk this play over. That was the first time we've seen Phelps in the game. 5'10", 165 junior. Connor Plum has been the main runner so far for the Cavaliers. See what the Cavaliers come up with as they come out of the timeout. Crazy first quarter, or crazy beginning to this game altogether. As I said, Jess Forsey running the camera for us. He was supposed to be on color as well. Thank goodness he was here. We might not even be able to broadcast this. We had some internet problems with the connection at Plum, but thank goodness we are here, as we should be every week. 2nd and 11. Flem back in the backfield behind Smith. That's Danino in motion, and Flem is hit immediately. Flem had no chance as he was hit immediately by number 3, by Jack Tongle. Slow developing handoff. Weird series of plays there. You saw Taquan Phelps run the ball for the first time. He went nowhere. Formation didn't seem right. Something was out of whack for the Kiski offense. They called a timeout. Came back with a slow handoff to Flem that went nowhere. And here we are with third down. LeBrin. Smith still on his feet as he scrambles his way up near the 40-yard line. Tackled around the 38 and well short of the first down marker. Kiski offense seems a little out of whack right now as they are forced to punt again. Here's Maddox Anderson again. And this time he's able to get off a decent punt. That's caught at the 31-yard line by number 5, Darian Nelson. And Nelson is hit and brought down by a couple of white jerseys. I believe the leading tackler was Brennan Moore. Might have been Cam Murphy in on that play. I saw Terry Martin, number 15 there. So, as I said, a few white jerseys. As Plum will take over, 1st and 10 from the 33. Franzi and Moore side by side in the backfield. Franzi barks out the signals. Thomas in motion. Franzi looking right, fires, and the ball is caught by Vincent Fabrero. Knee was down once he caught the ball, so forward progress will bring him up to the 39-yard line. Looks to be a gain of about 5. 2nd and 5 for Plum. Just under 9 minutes remaining. 7-7 is your score. 9 minutes remaining in the opening half. Here's Franzi. Man in motion is Nelson. Hand off to number 36. That's Nick Odom. And Odom is down the sideline and pushed out of bounds around the 40-yard line by Connor Flem, but not before Odom is able to pick up a first down for Plum. Mustangs have 1st and 10 at the Kiski 48-yard line. We are here live on YouTube, High Top Sports Network, Week 0, as Plum and Kiski square off. Here's Moore, and Moore finds a seam down the left sideline. There is nobody in front of him, and he is gone. Moore with a 48-yard touchdown run as Plum takes the lead for the first time today. And again, just as Kiski appeared to take the lead on their touchdown, there is a flag down. And again, the flag will go against the scoring team. Holding against Plum. So just as Kiski looked to take a 14-0 lead, they had that touchdown taken away by a penalty. Plum had their touchdown taken away by a yellow flag, and they will be forced back into their own territory. So that 48-yard touchdown run is no good. And Plum will be faced with a 1st and 15. Here's Franzi, rolling to his right, looking, throwing, caught, juggled and caught. Great job by Darian Nelson to keep his feet in bounds as he secured that catch and picks up a solid chunk of yards. Plum just shy of that first down marker. Called a gain of 9 as Plum again moves into Kiski area territory. Here's Franzi. 2 wide receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Franzi, hands off to Odom. Odom has the corner, and he's knocked out of bounds. Hard. I believe by number 54, Braden Micah, and number 3, Connor Flem, but not before he picks up the first down. So Plum continuing to move the ball deeper and deeper into Kiski territory. 7:30 and counting in the second quarter. 7-7. Here's Franzi. Looking right. Quick throw. Caught by Caden Thomas. And Thomas is immediately wrapped up by Brennan Moore.
Brought down by Martin. 2nd down, 8.
Brennan Moore, we've said his name several times tonight. This is his first time seeing varsity action. Doing a good job on special teams, and now here on the defensive side, several tackles. One of the coverage men for the Cavaliers. 2nd and 7 from the 32. Here's Franzi. Franzi hands off to Odom, and Odom is swallowed up. First hit by Jack Kreider, and then taken down by Moore. And I believe number 5, Colin Klein. Jack Kreider was the first one in with the hit. Couldn't quite wrap up Odom, but did enough to slow him down as the rest of the Kiski area defense was able to put him on the ground. So 3rd and 10 for the Mustangs from the 34. And we have another timeout, this time by Plum. That's Plum's first timeout of the game. 6:06 remaining in the second quarter. 7-all here in a Week 0 non-conference battle. This is the 33rd time that Kiski and Plum have played each other. First time since 2017, as Plum won that last meeting 9-6. Kiski holds the all-time record in the series, 17-15-1. But as that last score showed, 9-6, all-time series, a nail-biter. That's what we have so far. No team really holding an advantage anywhere, as is the trend right now through a quarter and a half. Here's Plum. Ready to go again is Franzi in the shotgun formation. Looks over the middle, fires, and it's in and out of the hands of Darian Nelson. Nelson was wide open. I don't know if he was looking to run before he had it. The throw was slightly high, but nothing that should have been too tough for Nelson to hold on to. Fortunately for the Cavaliers, Plum is going to be faced with a 4th down. So 4th and 10, the offense stays on the field. Here's Franzi. Takes the low snap, being pushed right. Throw and catch. The ball is complete to Nelson. Right near the 1st down marker. I would guess he is short, as the stick is on the opposite side of the field of where Nelson was able to make that catch. First glance, it looked like he was short of the line to give. And the spot looks to be a good spot for the Cavaliers. And indeed it is, as the Kiski offense takes the field. So, gain of a long 9, but not enough, as Plum turns the ball over. The Kiski offense will take over with 5:48 remaining in a 7-7 ball game. We have yet another new running back for the Cavaliers, Landon Kusick, in the backfield behind Smith. Handoff is to Kusick, and he's wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1. Kusick, another guy seeing his first varsity action. 6-foot sophomore coming off an ACL injury. Great to see him back underneath the pads. Here's 2nd and 12 for the Cavaliers. Smith looking right, comes back, throws to his left to Colin Klein, and Colin Klein is hit and brought down. Another play behind the line of scrimmage. So the Kiski offense, other than a few Connor Flem runs and a big throw and catch to Dom Danino, looking very lackluster so far. A lot of quick throw and catches that have went nowhere, and several handoffs that were hit behind the line of scrimmage. And Kiski is faced with another 3rd and long. Here's Smith looking right, looking, firing, downfield, throwing into double coverage. That was Dom Simmons, the intended receiver. But Smith was looking for a prayer there. As I said, Simmons double covered. And Kiski again will be forced to punt. Flag on the play. False start. Kiski. So that'll put new punter Maddox Anderson back near his goal line, maybe in his end zone. No, not quite as far. Inside his 5. Anderson High snap, corrals it, gets off a wobbly punt. It hits around the 43-yard line and rolls out of bounds near midfield. Waiting for the spot here. Regardless, Plum will take over with 4:09 remaining right at midfield. So Kiski area, not much offense. See what they can do on the defensive side of the ball, as it's been all Plum for most of the game. A lot of confusion on the offense as Franzi finally gets it sorted. Man in motion. Fake to him, and here's more. Untouched. 50 yards down the middle. Touchdown, Plum Mustangs. Surprise, surprise, though. For the third time today, we have announced a touchdown with laundry on the field. And for the third time, it is against the offense. False start against Plum. So if you're just tuning in, Kiski had a touchdown taken away by an offensive penalty. And Plum now with their second offensive touchdown taken away by a penalty. The Mustangs will try again. 1st and 15 from the 45-yard line. 4 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Here's Franzi. Fake pass. Handoff to Odom. And, excuse me, that's 36. That is Odom, yes. And Odom. Let's look. No yellow on the field, so we can celebrate Nick Odom's touchdown. 55-yard run by the sophomore Nick Odom, and Plum takes the lead with 3:49 remaining. Back to kick for the Mustangs is Angelo Bellino. The kick is up, and it is good, as Plum extends their lead by 7.
Cavaliers 7.
14-7 is your score with 3:49 remaining in the second quarter. Plum had 2 touchdowns taken off the board by penalties in their last 2 possessions. But Nick Odom and the Plum offense was not to be denied on that last carry, on that last possession. 55-yard run, and Plum now leads by 7. As I was saying, Kiski area offensively, other than a couple runs by Flem and 1 big pass from Smith to Danino, offense has been very stagnant. See what they have to offer as they get set for the Bellino kick. Back to receive for the Cavaliers. Dom Simmons and Dom Danino.
Back to receive Danino, number 11 Simmons.
Here's Bellino. The kick is a short one. Danino fields it on a full run, and he's got some room down the sideline as he is wrestled down just shy of the 40-yard line. Dom Danino was able to catch that short kick on a full sprint as he was able to work his way into Plum territory across the 45-yard line down to the 44. And the Cavs will take over with 3:44 on the clock. Kiski area. That's Smith in the shotgun. Behind him is McBride. Man in motion is Simmons, and the give is to Simmons. Simmons on the carry up to the 40-yard line before he's stacked up by a handful of purple jerseys.
Byer was in there, along with Caden Thomas and a host of Mustangs.
Gain of 4. 3:20 and counting as the Cavs trail by 7.
Second down, 6.
2nd and 6. Flem back in the backfield, and the give is to Flem. Makes a quick cut, bounces over to the right side,
Brought down by number 5,
inside the 35-yard line. Nifty little run by Connor Flem as he's able to move near the first down marker. See if we get a measurement here. Nope, the official's on the play. Confident that he is just shy. So Kiski will be faced with a 3rd and short. 2:20 and counting. As Smith and Flem are behind the line. Here's Flem. And he is hit. Oh my God. Immediately, Flem is hit before he had a chance to do anything.
But he was down.
One of the Plum defenders immediately broke in. That was number 36, Nick Odom. Nick Odom, who just scored that touchdown, was able to make a big tackle as Flem just received the handoff. So what was a 4th and inches is now a 4th and a long 2, maybe even 3. Here's Smith. And we'll get a timeout by Plum. So just as the Cavaliers were about to call that play, timeout by the Plum Mustangs.
We'd like to send out a big thank you to tonight's pregame sponsor for meals.
Watching the replay of that last play,
For our game at Fox Chapel, the Harbor House,
Nick Odom flew in to the backfield off that right side, untouched. He hit Flem behind the line of scrimmage, and that ball was close to being ruled a fumble. Watching the replay, very, very close. Fortunately for the Cavaliers, the play was ruled down as Kiski area lined up for the 4th down play. The Mustangs called their 2nd timeout. So here's the 4th and 3. LeBrin Smith in the gun. 3 wide receivers to his left, 1 to his right. That's Flem behind him. Smith rolls to his left, tries to go back right. Nowhere to go. As 3 Plum defenders were in the backfield. Caden Thomas on the sack. So what appeared to be a strength for the Cavaliers coming into the season has so far been a major question mark. That Kiski offensive line, as we've seen several times, running backs getting hit in the backfield, untouched, and Smith sacked and or being forced to scramble for his life. And Kiski turns it over on downs. 1:54 remaining in the second quarter as the Plum offense will take over with good field position and a lead of 7 points. Here's a quick throw. Franzi to Nelson. The initial tackle by Brennan Moore was missed. Fortunately for the Cavaliers and Moore, one of his teammates were able to help out and put Nelson to the ground. Plum tries to get to the line quickly, and Nelson must have been eager after getting hit on that last play because he started just a little bit too soon. So we got a penalty against Plum, and the Mustangs will be pushed back 5 yards. Stay tuned for the Shevlin Concrete Construction halftime show. We'll try to get you caught up on stats from the first half, scores from other High Top Sport Network games, and maybe touch a little bit about the Cavaliers and what we expect in the second half and for the rest of the season. Here's Franzi, quick throw. Caught by Napierkowski. Napierkowski still on his feet.
Napierkowski on the reception.
Up and moving.
Brought down by number 62.
Up to the 43-yard line. That was the whole team of white jerseys in on the play except for LeBrin Smith. LeBrin Smith standing all by himself on the sideline. I guess he thought the other 10 guys had it. That was kind of funny as here's Franzi looking LeBrin Smith's way. And Smith must have known something that I didn't because he saved his energy and was able to step in and intercept that pass. LeBrin Smith with a big interception with 32 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. That last play, 2 plays ago, Napierkowski was basically wrestled down by the entire Kiski area defense except for LeBrin Smith. If you were watching the play, he was the only white jersey that really wasn't in the area. Easily stood out. As Plum got set for the next play, they went Smith's way, and Smith was there to intercept. So Kiski will take over. And who is it? LeBrin Smith in the shotgun. He looks left. Still looking left. Nowhere to go. Steps up in the pocket. He's shakes a tackle up near the 40-yard line, and he's hit hard by number 24, Jerome Brazel. And I believe they're going to get Brazel for a helmet-to-helmet hit. Hard hit on LeBrin Smith as he was trying to gain a few extra yards. And indeed, that is the call. So with 20 seconds to go, Kiski still has some life. The Cavaliers offense, I believe, still has 2 timeouts, trailing by 7, and 20 seconds on the clock. Here's Smith. 3 options to his left, 1 to his right, 1 behind him. The lone back behind him is McBride. And it looks like Simmons, the receiver on the right side, was a little too eager. And indeed, that flag is against the Cavaliers. So, Kiski will move back 5. Kiski area will be faced with a 1st and 15 from the 29-yard line with 20 seconds remaining in the second quarter, trailing by 7. Again, 3 options left, 1 to the right. For Smith in the gun. And again, another flag.
Legal procedure, Kiski, 5-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
Again, it goes against the Cavaliers. So the 15 yards that were gifted to the Cavaliers, 10 of them have been returned. And Kiski area is now pushed back to the 34. Stay tuned for the Shevlin Concrete Construction halftime show. As always, we will have the bands for you. We aren't just here for the football game. We keep it live for the bands, especially the award-winning Kiski area marching band. For all you Kiski area fans out there, here's Smith. Looking, still on his feet. Being chased and brought down at the 40-yard line by Don Bayer. Timeout Kiski. As LeBrin Smith slow to give up.
Timeout, Kiski.
Kiski area was easily in field goal range, but after 2 penalties and a sack, the Cavs are now at the 40-yard line. 2nd down and forever, and 12 seconds on the clock. Hate to beat a dead horse, but that horse is staring Kiski's offense right in the face. Not much doing for the Cavaliers. Obviously, it's early in the season, but certainly many things to iron out for the Cavaliers on the offensive side. As Smith comes out of the timeout, we'll see what the Cavaliers can do here with 12 seconds to go. If the Cavaliers can get maybe down to the 25-yard line, we could see a field goal attempt. We'll see what LeBrin Smith has. Shocker. Flag on the play. And yet another shocker. It's going to go against the Cavaliers. Anxiously waiting to see one of the Kiski coaches slam a headset, fire a clipboard, something. Because this drive has been absolutely pathetic. There's no other way to describe it. 3 penalties, a sack, and now the Cavaliers are closer to midfield than they are the end zone. 2nd and 30. Again, 12 seconds to go. Here's Smith. Rolling right. Looking. Firing. That's Danino with the catch. And he's out of bounds at the 32-yard line with 5 seconds to go. So from the 32-yard line, it would be basically a 50-yard field goal. I can personally attest that Connor Flem has kicked 50-yard field goals before, never in a varsity game, and it doesn't look like he's going to get his first chance here, as the Cavs appear to have the offense. Nope. Maybe head coach Sam Albert is thinking just as I am. So I'll give you the scenario here. 3rd and 17 from the 32. 5 seconds to go. I can tell you that Kiski's kicker is Connor Flem, and he has kicked 50-yard field goals before. However, he is yet to kick a field goal in varsity action, as he is replacing all-conference kicker Cody Dykes, who has since graduated and moved on to college. So not sure what Sam Albert's going to do here as his Cavaliers trail by 7. Definitely a long field goal, but with a 3rd and long, if the offense comes out, you're only going to get one play, so 50-50 shot either way. It looks like it's the offense. Connor Flem trotted on. Connor Flem trotted off. Out of the timeout, Kiski is still confused. Or is it just me? LeBrin seems set. 3 wide receivers to his left. He's looking left. Looking. Throws. Fires to the corner. And it is caught. That ball is caught by Dom Danino. LeBrin Smith to the kid. Touchdown, Cavaliers. So not only do we have internet issues at Plum, but we apologize, but we also have camera issues. As you can or cannot see, there is a big wooden pillar in front of our camera. But trust me, LeBrin Smith fired the ball into the corner of the end zone, and Dom Danino was able to come up with it. Connor Flem is able to kick the ball through the end uprights, and Kiski has tied the game with no time remaining. What a finish. I don't know how much of that you were able to see. Again, tight quarters here in the Plum booth. So let me break it down for you real quick. Kiski called a timeout with 5 seconds to go. I don't know if they were thinking about a long field goal, but it would have been about a 50-yarder. As Kiski was faced with a 3rd and long, I believe it was their 32-yard line. Kiski elected to put the offense out on the field. 3 wide receivers to the left side. LeBrin Smith was in the shotgun, looking down the field. Looked like he wanted to throw early. He didn't. Reloaded and found Dom Danino in the back corner of the end zone. Danino was lined up in the slot on that formation. Watching the replay here, I apologize for the delay. Danino was the middleman of the 3 receiver set. Smith stepped up into the pocket and fired to the back corner of the end zone, and Danino was able to come up with it with 2 feet in bounds. Kiski area ties the ball game at 14 as we go into half. Thank you for listening to us here in the first half. Get set for the Shevlin Concrete Construction halftime show, as we will stay right here for the award-winning Kiski area marching band. You're listening to the High Top Sports Network.
The band is supported by our outstanding color guard with 39 members strong. This year, marching band will be the first local competition of the season on September 10th, right in the Kiski area's high school campus. Many bands from Pittsburgh area will be in attendance, including Southmoreland, Deer Lakes, Mars, Fox Chapel, Peters Township, Leechburg, and Norland High Schools. Please come out and support all the bands in their first judge show of the season. As soon as our front ensemble is fired up and ready to go, we will be right back.
Can you just unplug one and move it over? That's all. Let's go, Kiski! It won't shut it off. It won't shut you off. We're asking you to move one plug over. That's all. What is this?
Now, without further ado, performing selections from their show entitled Corners of My Mind, here is the Kiski Area High School Marching Band.
And that's just how I know to shoot them. But I heard, yeah. I mean, I was hearing that.
Area High School Marching Band. On behalf of the entire Kiski Area Marching Band and Instrumental Boosters, we would like to thank everybody for watching us this evening, and we look forward to playing for you again.
You missed me yet?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the Plum Mustang Marching Band to the field. The band is under the direction of Bethany Lloyd with assistant directors Megan Maseko and Noah Kilgus. The band front is expertly coached by Jessica Clark, Danielle Meeks, Laura DeVecchio, Jenny Festa, and Sue Ellen Wiles. In our 2022 field show, Come Together, we present an exhilarating collection of our favorite Beatles classics. We'll start you off on the Magical Mystery Tour, followed by the one and only Lady Madonna to get your feet moving. Next, we get to Come Together with our title tunes that's sure to get you rocking out in the stands. Then, get ready to slow things down with a mashup of Let It Be and Hey Jude. So get out your flashlights and be ready to sing along. We conclude our show today with Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and to wrap things up, the end. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy as the Mustang Marching Band comes together on the field.
Yeah. This is just for our sidelines. So we can yell at the players. Yeah. So nice. Showing our
Back here with the Shevlin Concrete Construction halftime show. Shevlin Concrete Construction is Western PA's choice for customized driveways, floors, patios, and more. Named the 2020 winner of the Trib Total Mia's Best Construction Company, Shevlin Concrete Construction has more than 25 years of experience. You can stand on craftsmanship, integrity, and traditions with Shevlin Concrete Construction. Call today for a free estimate and design consultation at 724-681-4526 or like them on Facebook. That's Shevlin Concrete Construction, 724-681-4526. If you're not using concrete, it's your own asphalt. 14-14 is your score here at Plum High School. A crazy first half as we experienced some technical difficulties. So a little bit of camera difficulties there at the end. But my man Jess Forsey was able to get us up and running and get us going for what has been an exciting first half.
Yep, well, I did my best, Mark Plum. This is Jess Forsey with High Top Sports Network. Apologies if you couldn't hear me before. I'm actually not too sure if my audio is working. That's why I kept silent for most of the time. But as Mark was mentioning, I was trying to figure out ways for you guys to get the viewing of this. Doing a fantastic game, if I may say, for week 0. And just hope I can limit it on talking. But again, I just hope the stream keep going as it was. And Mark just calling it down like he's been doing.
I got some stats on the Kiski side for the first half. Unfortunately, Plum was unable to provide any. But thanks to my man Ryan Thompson, as I said, the Kiski offense, very stagnant and somewhat questionable at times. As you can tell by the stats, Connor Flem, 8 carries for 12 yards. And then 3 other players with 1 carry each. Landon Kusick for -2. TJ Phelps for -1. And Dom Simmons for 4. LeBrin Smith was able to scramble 7 times for 11 yards. Through the air, LeBrin Smith was 6 of 8 for 111 yards and 2 touchdowns. Both of those going to the 5'0", 100-0 superstar Dom Danino, who has 3 catches for 109 yards in the first half. Dom Danino has been the star of this game and has kept Kiski in the ball game as he and LeBrin Smith actually connected for 3 touchdowns in that opening half. But if you were listening, one was called back. On the Plum side, the Mustangs had 2 touchdowns called back. And that's where we stand right now, 14-14.
Yep, a rivalry renewed. I haven't seen them play against each other since 2017. So 5 years in the making.
Yeah, this, as you said, this was a nice little crosstown rivalry back in the day. But as you said, Kiski and Plum haven't played since 2017, with the Mustangs taking the last contest 9-6. Kiski leads the all-time series 17-15-1. Through the first half, I guess it's been a back-and-forth contest. You could call it that, but if you were watching every play, you would know that I think Kiski should feel very fortunate. Not much going offensively other than 2 big plays between Smith and Danino. Running game can't get anything going. The line, which we thought coming in was going to be a strength of the Cavaliers, has been, I guess, if I'm being polite, you could say weak.
Well, we'll put it this way. For Kiski, what they lost from last year at graduation, they're doing pretty well. Because last year, from graduation, they lost, including their last year's top passer, Logan Johnson, the top rusher, you have to mention rushing, C.J. Hepler, and their receiver, Calvin Heinel, and then the all-state tackle, Brandon Lawhorn Moore, who's now playing at Miami of Ohio. So, yeah. Kiski's, they got to build some star players again.
They've definitely lost a lot, and you are right with the big losses. But on the offensive line, Kiski area has a lot of size, and they still have some experience there, especially with Braden Micah, He was an all-conference center last year. Now, he has since been moved to guard, so there is a new center, Cam Murphy. But they have a few experienced guys up there. And like I said, with the size, I know that the Cavaliers expected that line to be, if not a strength, something they shouldn't have had to worry about. Now, it's only week 0, and they got plenty of weeks to get going. But we've seen several times running backs getting hit as they've taken handoffs and or hit behind the line of scrimmage. We've seen LeBrin Smith have to scramble for his life, one of which he was able to pick up a big first down for the Cavaliers. But
I know this is only week 0 this preseason, but let's remember last season, Plum, they started 0-5 in this season. They still managed to scrape away in the playoffs, but I don't think they want to start that way again. Meanwhile, Kiski, they started out 5-0 and got into the playoffs. So both teams after just trying to get a confidence boost here and have go off to Kiski try to go off to a good start again, and then Plum much better than last year.
Yeah, as you said, Kiski area got off to a tremendous start last year, 5-0. But unfortunately,
it is all tied.
Yeah, several of those losses, nail biters in conference play. I remember North Hills and Pine Richlands, I believe, were the two real close ones. But as you said, Kiski started hot last year and missed the playoffs, while Plum started 0-5, obviously very, very cold, and still able to scrape out a postseason berth as they finished on the positive side in section play. So, as you said, week 0 battle here.
North Hills, Pine Ridge, I'm well familiar with those two schools, being a North Allegheny High School grad.
I have some other High Top Sport Network scores here to report. First quarter, at halftime, Freeport leading 15-6. Armstrong up big, 36-0. And just a little FYI, Leechburg is trailing Apollo 26-14. So here's the kick to start the second half. That's Plum. That is number 26, I believe, Dom Bear.
I'm not sure why they made that kind of kick, but nonetheless, Plum gets a good start.
Kiski has been famous for those squib kicks or angled kicks, and
I'm not sure why you get a squib kick right out of the gates there. I mean, is there a reason?
Yeah, one of the theories, I believe, by Coach Sam Albert is they don't want to kick it deep if you can't put it in the end zone. So we can debate that during one of our breaks if you would like, but that is one of his theories. If you can't put it in the end zone, and we're not kicking it deep. First play by the Plum offense is an incomplete by Franzi. So to finish up on that, you had an all-conference kicker to basically put the ball anywhere he wanted last year and previous years as well, whether it be a squib kick, angle kick to the sideline, but couldn't quite get it in the end zone. Was probably consistently inside the 10, maybe even consistently inside the 5, but for some reason, the Kiski coaching staff didn't trust their coverage team, and that was their go-to move.
Now, like I mentioned, that's quite a all-star class they get from graduation, but hey, that's what it is.
Here's a handoff to Moore, and Moore is able to work his way across the 40, up to the 42, I believe, before he's wrestled down by several white jerseys. But to finish that up, you have another kicker in Connor Flem, who has aspirations to kick in college. Again, is consistently kicking the ball inside the 10, if not the 5-yard line. Yet for some reason, Kiski elects to do the squib. And Plum, with good field position, is now faced with a 3rd and 7. Here's Franzi, rolling left, fires across the middle, and it is in and out of the hands of Don Danino. That's one thing you won't hear, especially tonight, in and out of the hands of Danino, as he has been the only sure thing for the Kiski offense tonight, and that is Danino is down.
I got to applaud Kiski after that squib kept giving him good yards. He still managed to stop him right there.
Yeah, Don Danino stretched out to try to intercept that ball. And he is the one down on the ground Seems like he just may have a cramp as he's sitting there drinking water. Trainer massaging his leg. So to get back to kicking and just to finishing that up, yeah, I mean, it's I guess it's a safe play because you don't give up any returns for a touchdown, but certainly you're losing in the field position battle as the opposing team is always, in decent field position, and then you would assume once they punt, your back is going to be against the wall. So,
yeah. I mean, not ideal to have your opponent start at their own 40 like
right.
But somehow, I don't know if they want to do that too often, but
That's
there,
it.
Kiski managed to make the stop right there.
You are correct. 3 and out for the Plum offense as Francie gets set to kick. Back for the Cavaliers to receive is Dom Simmons. Here's Francie from his 33. High wobbly kick down the left side. Bounces towards Simmons. And he's able to move out of the way. Here's a flag late. And that's going to go against, I believe, the Cavaliers, number 54, Braden Micah. Micah threw his hands in the air as to say, me? You're calling that on me? Yes, indeed. That is against the Cavaliers. So Micah will scratch his head back into the huddle as Kiski will be moved further back into its own territory. So there you go with field position. Now, obviously, the penalty moves them back a little bit further, but Plum.
We've seen some splash plays on both sides, definitely in the air. So
Plum had their opening possession just shy of midfield, and here's Kiski inside their own 20, waiting to see where the ball was spotted. Maybe inside their own 10. And indeed it is.
A huge play for the first score, which I apologize for the blackout screen. Our technical difficulties added so many.
A lot of technical difficulties,
Like I said,
microphone problems, but we're up and running. And excited to be here.
I think you're calling a personal foul there. I didn't really
Yes,
see
they
what
did.
happened, but
I think they called a late hit or a helmet-to-helmet block on Braden Micah. He was the only one in on the play. So here's the Cavaliers taking over at the 8-yard line. LeBrin Smith rolls to his left, and there is nowhere to go. 5 purple jerseys as LeBrin Smith is brought down around the 5-yard line.
LeBrin Smith's being smothered by that defense. I think that was sack number 3.
Again, nowhere to go as that Kiski area line very shaky. Loss of 3. Brings up a second and a long 13 from the 5-yard line.
What do you think? Is he got the ball off quicker, or he's just not?
Nowhere to go. As you could see on that play, LeBrin Smith could have been maybe a little too patient, but just nowhere to go. There's several purple jerseys in his face. Here's a handoff to Connor Flem, and again, as I said, nowhere to go. As Connor Flem is swallowed up, this time by 3 jerseys. So I guess the Cavaliers' offense is improving a bit. LeBrin Smith was tackled by 5. Connor Flem was tackled by 3. Another loss on the play. Loss of 1. Brings up 3rd and 14.
Loss of 1. 3rd down, 14.
Third and 14.
3rd and long as Kiski. Looking to the right is LeBrin Smith. Juggled. Pass is caught by the Cavaliers at the 15-yard line. That was number 6, Luke Emmerling. Emmerling with his first catch of the day. But Kiski is well short of the first down, and the punt team will come out on the field again.
Anderson back to punt. Back to receive for the Mustangs. Darian Nelson.
Here's a punt by Maddox Anderson. And it's mishandled by the Plum Mustangs. Dom Simmons for the Cavaliers had it in his hands. Let me rephrase it. Let's start over. Darian Nelson for the Mustangs had it in his hands. It fell to the ground, and Dom Simmons for the Cavaliers had his hands wrapped all over it. And somehow, Plum is able to retain possession. So, wow, what a play there.
But if you're Coach Auburn and you see him die, I'm like, how does that not end up back at Kiski? Just passed up the ball in the heat of the moment, and Plum fortunate to get that ball back.
Yes, very fortunate. The Mustangs offense will come out on the field again.
10 yards further than the last time they started. Let's see what they can do with this field position.
In great position. Here's Franzi. Man in motion. That's for Barrero. And the handoff is to Moore. And Moore works his way into Kiski territory before he is wrestled down by, I believe, Deshaun McBride and Dom Simmons. Forward progress on the run puts Plum up to the Kiski 44-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 4. .8:28 remaining here in the third quarter. And before the handoff can go to Odom, flags on the play. Sean Franzi clapping. And his excitement was warranted as the flag goes against the Cavaliers. So that will be a first down for the Mustangs.
Like I said, I wish we had another account. I'm looking over there with a drum line. They're doing some pretty wacky stuff over there. I mean that in a good way. It looks like they held one upside down. He was playing the drums upside down. I'm pretty impressed with that.
A lot of excitement here in week 0. Here's a fake handoff to Moore. And the ball goes to Odom. Odom is brought down by number 16, Brennan Moore. Brennan Moore has been all over the field tonight, as we mentioned his name several times in on tackles. Great play by Moore. As Plum pushed back a few yards, called a loss of 2. 2nd and 12. Here's Franzi in the gun. Hands off to Moore. Moore works his way over to left side, and he's got some room down that left sideline. And he is pushed out of bounds inside the 20. And another Plum first down. Number 16 is Brennan Moore. Number 16 is Brennan Moore.
Correction, number 16 is Moore for Kiski.
First and 10 for Plum at the Kiski 21. Here's Moore again. Excuse me.
Eric Moore on the carry.
Moore getting his number called on both sides of the ball. As I said, we've mentioned Brennan Moore's name. That was Eric Moore for the Mustangs on the carry. 2nd and 6 from the 16 now. Just under 7 minutes remaining. Here's Franzi. Franzi hands off to Moore. Moore is wrapped up and brought down by number 54. That's Braden Micah.
3rd down 6.
Kiski player down on the ground. I believe that's number 77, Jack Kreider.
While they check on the injured player, I'd like to remind any late viewers of this. We've had some technical difficulties, and we are streaming on YouTube on the High Top Sports Network YouTube page.
You can watch the game anytime.
Cavaliers fans, please spread the word, as we will be bringing you Kiski area football all season long here on the High Top Sports Network. Play-by-play action. We'll have players of the game, plays of the game, plenty of opportunities for local businesses to advertise on the High Top Sports Network.
Get your names in, get your business in.
Did you know we had almost 500,000 views in 2 years?
I did not know that.
Almost 500,000 views in 2 years.
That's good business.
That's incredible business. High Top Sports Network continuing to grow as we bring you action all over the diamonds, the fields, the courts. You name it, we're there. High Top Sports Network.
We'd like to thank Plum for hosting us.
Absolutely.
It's the first time I've been here.
Brand new stadium here at Plum. I know they got brand new softball field. Yep. Brand new football field. Brand new baseball field.
Oh. Well, I came at a good time and then to see everything brand new.
Here's the Mustangs faced with a 3rd and 6 from the 16. Franzi with Moore beside him. Franzi looking right. Fires just over the outreached hands of Darian Nelson. Good coverage on the play, I believe, by Dom Simmons. And it looks like the field goal unit will come out for the Mustangs. Number 89, Angelo Bellino, will be attempting a 33-yard field goal.
33-yard attempt.
This is the first field goal attempt by either team. Both kickers are 2 for 2 in the extra points. Here's Bellino's kick. And it is no good. Wide left. So a great Plum drive stalls at the Kiski 16-yard line. And with 6:03 remaining in the third quarter, the Cavaliers offense will take the field.
I imagine at the high school it'll be very difficult to make a kick that long.
Yes.
On average, at least. I know you mentioned the 54.
Depends on what school you're talking about. We've been spoiled here at Kiski area. As I said, all-conference kicker Cody Dykes, who has since graduated and moved on to college, he's been known to, in his sleep, kick 30-yard field goals, and knock on wood, hopefully his replacement, Connor Flem, can continue to do the same. But yes, it's something you don't see every day. Here's Connor Flem behind center. Correction, that's Dom Simmons. Connor Flem is the lead back. Connor Flem, it's a nice block as Simmons is able to gain some positive yards.
Along with Jack Ponjo.
See a little bit of John down there. I think that rivalry's coming back.
That was the first time we've seen a player behind center that wasn't LeBrin Smith. That was Dom Simmons, who was a quarterback at Valley. As I said, he transferred to Kiski this year. He was a quarterback with the Vikings, so he's certainly used to that position. And I don't see number 2 in the huddle yet again. And again, it is Simmons. And we have a timeout by the Cavaliers. So timeout Kiski, that's the first of the second half, 14-14 with 5:12 remaining in the third quarter. As I said, the High Top Sports Network has plenty of opportunities for you to advertise and get your business named and mentioned, promoted throughout all of our broadcasts. I want to thank Shevlin Concrete Construction for returning for another year. Shevlin Concrete Construction was our halftime sponsor last year, and they've re-upped with us. I want to thank them for joining again. And we have a new business joining us this year. JT's Cuts will be providing the player of the game with a free haircut. So JT's Cuts, one of the premier barbershops in the AK Valley,
I got my haircut today. Wasn't free though. Maybe I should have waited.
You head down to 1207 Lincoln Street, North Vandergrift, and tell JT that you're with me, and maybe you'll get some kind of discount. I know JT well.
Keep that in mind.
So here's Simmons. Follows behind Flem. Simmons is able to turn the corner and gain positive yards again. So back-to-back Wildcat formations by the Cavaliers. And the Cavaliers will be faced with a 3rd and short. It's called 4.
Mentioning Kiski area, there's 17-15-1 all-time series against Plum.
Cavaliers looking to extend that. I guess wouldn't call it a streak, but improve on that. The handoff is to Flem. It looked like he had trouble taking that handoff.
Brought down by number 71, Chase.
Brought down
Brings up a 4th down.
by number 71, Chase Schrock. Player down on the field for the Cavaliers. I believe that's number 3, Connor Flem. Flem, as I said, looked like it wasn't a clean handoff. And as he corralled that ball, he was hit. Trainers working on that left leg. Hopefully it's just another cramp, as we've seen a couple other Cavaliers players down on the ground with cramps earlier today. 4th and 3 upcoming for Kiski area. 4:09 remaining.
Found this interesting. Plum hasn't won at home against Kiski. It's going back before 2006.
How about
They've
that?
won on the road a few times, but
Looking at some of those scores earlier today, I think I saw one of those games where a 65-0 victory by Plum.
that was 2014.
2014, so.
Yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, Plum's had some wins, but hasn't been at home in quite a long time.
So Connor Flem looked like he was able to walk off the field. I believe he cramped up again, if that's him, right before he was able to get to the sideline, so we'll continue to hold here. We saw this last year as a problem for the Cavaliers in early going. Got to talk to these trainers and see if there's something we can do, something in the water, as several players last year had cramping issues for the Kiski area.
Get your bananas.
Yeah.
Get your bananas.
Pickle juice. Here's Maddox Anderson. Had some troubles early with a block punt. See what he's able to do here. Clean snap. Gets one off. Again, it's another wobbly punt. Not too much in it, but a good roll. And it's downed at the 44-yard line by number 62, Mason Caldwell.
Banners are what I was told. It actually works. Pickle
Yeah.
juice.
You ever heard of pickle juice?
I've had pickle juice.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah, pickle juice. Something. Again, got to get something out to the Kiski area boosters or to the trainers. We have too many guys going down with cramps on the Kiski area football team. We've had 3 or 4 of them go down tonight. We had several last year. And certainly not a good sign, as Connor Flem, one of the main players on offense and defense. And the defense will be without him here as Plum takes over. Handoff to Odom. Odom over the left side, patiently. Cross midfield, stiff arms the man, and he is gone. Finds some room in the middle of the field, and he will go untouched. 55 yards into the end zone. Nick Odom with a 55-yard touchdown run as Plum
Holy smokes, where do you find the gap in that one?
Regains the lead, 20-14. Nick Odom off the left side was patient, setting up his blockers, and immediately found a window and was able to make a nice cut through the middle and put Plum
I think Kiski
back
jumped through a bit.
up. Flags on the play as the extra point slid through. Flag goes against the
Yeah, he saw the
Cavaliers.
left corner there, just jumped a little too soon.
So, I believe the flag was before the kick. So, Angelo Bellino will go again.
What do you think? Still kick? But you're a little closer. Do you go?
Yeah, I
See
think
something wacky?
we've seen some wacky things here tonight. So I wouldn't be shocked, but Bellino's still on the field.
Let's make sure I don't have a flag call it back.
They'll move him just a little bit closer as he attempts to put a third extra point up on the board. And indeed he does. Kick is good as Plum now leads 21-14. 3:45 remaining in the third quarter.
Nick Odom, 55-yard touchdown run.
Hey, what do you think? Just go to a quick commercial break here, get a word from our High Top Sports Network.
Love to hear from more from our High Top Sports Network. We're back at Plum High School as the Mustangs regain the lead 21-14 with 3:45 remaining in the third quarter. Angelo Bellino set to kick off for the Mustangs. Back deep for the Cavaliers. Number 1, Isaiah Gonzalez, and number 11, Dom Simmons. Bellino's kick is high and deep. Corralled by Simmons at the 6. Simmons trying to find some room on the right side. Flag on the play as Simmons is brought down just shy of the 25.
Yeah, I think he might be backing up here. There might have been some holding or blocking the back.
We have a flag on the play also.
Waiting for the official signal, but I do agree with you, Jesse. I believe that flag is going to go against the Cavaliers. Illegal block in the back. So the Cavs, again, will start deep in their own territory.
There's holding.
Holding. Wrong call, right team.
Once again, Kiski backed into a corner.
And there you go with the field possession game. Plum with a high, deep kick that didn't go in the end zone, but Kiski will start at the 14.
Gotta stop taking those sacks.
Back deep behind LeBrin Smith is TJ Phelps. Phelps with the handoff. And he is brought down.
I looked a little mishandled there while he was passing.
Phelps with his second carry of the night. And the second carry that goes for negative yards.
I saw it had that slight, looked like there was like slight, not miscommunication, but it's like, oh, misread. Maybe he wasn't sure he was going to grab it, but.
Slow moving, awkward handoff. Yeah. And as you said, a little bit of miscommunication made it even worse.
I think it's still the way he was shuffling that. It was
correct.
Like, Okay, am I going? Am I not? I don't know if there was just a little.
We've seen that slow handoff several times tonight. Just not a smooth play. Seems like it takes longer to develop, and this line hasn't been blocking all that well. And that combination not working out as LeBron Smith
Protection here.
stands in the back, looking, firing, and it is caught. Outstretched hands of Isaiah Gonzalez. His first grab of the night is a big one.
Nice protection that time. Makes it more manageable on third down.
You're exactly right, Jesse. If we're going to beat him up for the poor blocking, got to give him credit, as LeBron Smith had all day on that throw, and Isaiah Gonzalez was able to somehow reach out and scoop up that ball before it hit the ground. And Kiski now in a more manageable situation. Looks like third and a long 2. I believe that is Connor Flem now in shotgun as he takes the direct snap. Sidesteps to his right.
Flem on the carry.
Not much going. I
think it's
don't
gonna be
know
short.
if he's going to have enough for the first down. Flem tried the middle,
Jack Tonzo.
went to his right,
I think they're going to give it a first down.
and
Yeah,
correction.
move the sticks.
Flem picked up a-
Flem, hobbled and all, was able to pick up the 2 yards. I say hobbled as we saw Flem run off the field again. He was kind of helped off a few minutes ago with what we thought was cramping, and he was able to somehow pick up that first down as we see him being worked on again on the sideline. Here's Smith, rolling, looking, firing downfield. Ball way up in the air. Jump ball situation. And it's Dom Simmons. Dom Simmons somehow came up with that catch.
Well, it looks like for the price.
Oh my goodness. LeBron Smith with a Hail Mary.
Yeah, basically.
And I would guess that wasn't even intended for Dom Simmons, as he came out of nowhere, was able to come up with
I
that
think
ball.
LeBron just threw it up, hoping it would be a catch, or even at least drop to the ground so it wouldn't be intercepted. But
Man
the
down
best
on the
thing out of
field
that, but unfortunately down after that.
for the
Incredible play.
Cavaliers. Man down on the field for the Cavaliers was Isaiah Gonzalez.
I think maybe got the wind knocked out of him.
I agree with you, as he was one of the receivers in the area, and he might have been the intended receiver.
Just got
LeBron
wind-
Smith
Could have been a helmet, shoulder, something that landed in his stomach area.
rolled to his left, then fired back across his body. A high, long throw that was in the air forever, and I do believe if it wasn't intended for Gonzalez, he sure thought it was, as he put his hands out to make that catch, and Simmons came up and took it off him. Kiski area. Prayer was answered as they move into Mustang territory. But a flag
Yeah, false start.
on the play.
5-yard penalty. Replay.
And history is repeating itself. Kiski with a handful of successful offensive plays in an otherwise unsuccessful offensive evening takes 2 steps forward and 1 step back as the flag
Like one giant step forward, though.
goes against the Cavaliers. 1st and 15 from the 36. Smith,
Best field position they've had this half.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Smith comes back to his left, rolling left, looking. He's going to run across the 30, the 25,
Smith on the keeper.
and out of bounds
Run out of bounds. Number 3.
inside the 25.
Fire.
Again, I apologize about the little obstacle in our way. I do my best to adjust to that.
I think the camera guys here at High Top Sports just like to challenge my play-by-play skills.
Maybe go to the other corner. Maybe do that. Help me out here.
Nice run by LeBron Smith. Brings up 2nd and I believe 4. Or a long 3. Smith again with 3 options. 2 on his left, 1 on his right. That's McBride behind him. LeBrin looking left. Again, he's going to scramble, but this time he's going to be brought down right around the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go for LeBrin Smith on that play, as the Cavaliers will be faced with another third down. I believe that will be the last play of the quarter, as the clock runs down under 10 seconds. Both teams make their way to their respective sidelines. And at the end of 3, Plum leads 21-14.
Hey, we're going to go to commercial break here. We'll get back to you in the fourth quarter here. I'm Jess Forsey here with Mark Plum. This is High Top Sports Network.
Welcome back to Plum High School as we get set to start the fourth quarter. The Mustangs lead 21-14 as Kiski is faced with a 3rd and 5 from the Plum 26. LeBrin Smith looking right. Fires back to his left. Caught by Gonzalez, and Gonzalez works his way inside the 20, near the 15, and good enough for a Cavalier first down. As we mentioned, Kiski likes to go to those quick wide receiver plays. It looked like he wanted to go quick to his right, came back to his left, and found Gonzalez for his second catch of the day. Isaiah Gonzalez helps the Cavaliers keep the drive alive. First and 10 for Kiski from the 17. LeBrin Smith looking right, fires into the corner, intended for Dom Simmons, but just a bit too far, as LeBrin Smith was hit as he threw that play. In the backfield for the Mustangs was Dom Bear.
Again, what possibly could be played again was that 40-plus yard bomb thrown by Kiski earlier.
Absolutely. LeBrin Smith and Dom Danino hooking up not once but twice tonight for both of Cavaliers' touchdowns. Kiski looking for touchdown number 3 as they trail by 7. Just starting the fourth quarter. 2nd and 10. Here's Smith in the gun. Looks left. Rolls right. Looking. Scrambling. And he's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing for the Kiski quarterback. Nowhere to go for LeBrin Smith. And the Kiski offense stagnant again. Third and 10. We'll call it a long 10. Scoreboard saying Smith got back to the line of scrimmage. He's looking, scrambling over the middle. Now tries to the left side.
Smith on a keeper.
Nibbles his way. Yard after yard. Nifty little run. by LeBron Smith as he picks up nearly 7. It's going to bring up 4th down for Kiski. 4th and 5. Scores from other High Top Sports Network games. Freeport leading 22-8 in the 4th quarter as the Cavaliers set up for this 4th down. Smith looking left. Still looking left. There's nothing there. Smith will be wrapped up and brought down. And the Cavaliers offense will turn the ball over.
I'm going to say I think he might have been too eager to run with the ball than to throw it in that situation.
Nothing to lose for LeBron Smith to just throw the ball up, as you said.
I know he's had his 15 minutes in a run, but I think he might have been a little too eager in that drive to run the ball too many times.
I agree with you. Kiski faced with a 4th down.
You got a Plum player down.
That's number 4, Caden Thomas.
After a beautiful pass, set him up. It'll come up short there, and Plum will hold on to their lead.
Definitely was beautiful in terms of the flight of the ball. But I would call it a fortunate pass.
Perhaps. He was on the back of his heel there.
It beautifully traveled 30, 40 yards and probably another 34 in the air, right? And somehow Dom Simmons was able to come up with it.
I was waiting for this side to get wild. I was like, wait, why is that on sound? Oh, that was caught.
Unfortunately for the Cavaliers, that beautiful play.
Well, just all it will be, a beautiful play.
Brought nothing in return on the scoreboard as the Cavaliers trail 21-14 with 10:08 remaining.
Still plenty of time.
Still a lot of time. But the Cavaliers offense leaving a lot to be desired here in this week 0 game. In other week 0 games, it's a final as Armstrong collects his first win of the year, 42-7. So the Armstrong Riverhawks picking up right where they left off last year. A lot of points on the board.
Looks like he's going to get up here, okay?
Armstrong taking down Valley. As I said, Freeport leading right now against Indiana, 22-8. And at last check, in a non-high top sports game, Leechburg was trailing Apollo Ridge by 2 touchdowns in some of it somewhat a surprising score.
So here we go. Plum's going to have it.
So Plum will take over with his worst field position of the second half. Deep in its own territory, the 15-yard line. Here's Franzi. Fake handoff. Looks like a misdirection play as the ball was given to Moore. Little trickeration by the Mustangs there. Fake handoff. I thought Franzi was going to keep it, and he handed off to Eric Moore. And Eric Moore
just grinding for those yards.
Scampers across the 25-yard line up to the 27.
Some good old football grit.
Yes, sir. First down for Plum. Here's Franzi. 2 backs beside him. I believe that's Odom and Moore. And it's give to Moore again. Moore across the right side. Lowers his shoulder at the 40. Brought down at the 42 by Xavier Ford. While he was knocked out by Xavier Ford, I don't believe the spot is going to be up at the 42.
Right.
Waiting for the officials to mark the ball here. So the conversation was about a flag. Must have been a flag on the far side that I did not see. But the officials waved it off. And Moore picks up another first down. Looking out at the Kiski defense. No Connor Flem at the middle linebacker position.
I think if I heard right, Moore reached the 100-yard mark in rushing, or was until the. Oh no, he was. So there you go. He's having the game.
Here's a handoff to Odom. Odom tries the left side, and Odom is gone. Only one man that can catch him. That's number 13, Xavier Ford, and he cannot. Nick Odom with another dagger in the Cavaliers defense, extending the Plum lead to 27-14. 60-plus yards by Nick Odom. I just got done mentioning no middle linebacker Connor Flem out there. And that's right where Nick Odom ran. Extra point is good. And Plum is now doubled up the Cavaliers. 28-14.
28. Cavaliers 14.
Brennan Moore looked like he over-pursued that run just a bit.
He was just on challenge on that rush. No one near him. Wide open. Took it down the middle.
We mentioned Brennan Moore's name several times for the Cavaliers.
Well over 100 now.
Big. We may have two guys over 100. That was Odom on that run.
That was Odom.
So if Moore was over, I would venture to say that Odom is as well, as he's had two long TD runs.
Again, like we talked about it, because he's coming in with some, I won't say rebuilding, but, trying to find their stars again.
Absolutely.
Hey, they struck first. They had the first touchdown. They got off to a great start.
We didn't get to touch on it in the pregame, as we said, some technical difficulties, but Kiski lost their top passer from last year, their top two receivers, their top two rushers, an all-conference kicker, not to mention a D1 lineman, and their leading tackler. So a lot to replace from a team that just narrowly missed the playoffs last year.
Every school goes through it. You had that big all-star graduating class, and hey, just hit you. But they're graduating. They've moved on.
And that's why you play these scrimmages, if you will, these week 0 games.
New identity.
Before it becomes real and before it really matters in the standings. Hopefully you iron some things out in games like this. As Kiski certainly has several things that they need to review, as they trail 28-14 with 8:59 remaining in the ball game.
Again, still can't believe this. We might be seeing a first Plum home win since Coast Black Bay before 2006, maybe the last time it happened.
Here's Simmons from the 7. Gonna try his right side, and he's gonna fail. Simmons,
on return, brought down.
not much room to run, has been the case for Kiski ball carriers tonight, as the Cavalier offense will take over, I believe, at the 15-yard line.
On last drive, they came up short on 4th down and 5, trying to go for the score.
Kiski first and 10 from their 15.
Here's LeBrin Smith. Handoff. I believe that's Landon Kusick. That's his second carry of the night.
On the carry, brought down by number 4.
This time for positive yards. Kusick, as I mentioned, just recovered from an ACL injury. So nice to see him back out on the field. I know he's excited, getting his first varsity action tonight. Pickup of just shy of 5 yards, I believe. Second down for the Cavs. Just over 8 minutes remaining. Here's another handoff to Kusick. And Kusick again. Finds some room. And gains positive yards. Brought down just shy of the 25. But enough for a first down. So for the first time tonight, a Kiski area running back got 2 consecutive carries. And what do you know? A first down. Here's LeBron Smith. He's going to throw. A screen to Isaiah Gonzalez. And he slips and falls as the ball
I think whether
falls
that
through
was
his
getting caught
hands.
or not, that wasn't going anywhere. Might have been a good thing if he dropped that.
His Kiski offense
That was losing yards right there.
has been very, very, very vanilla. A couple fortunate big plays. Other than that, not much doing. Again, hate to beat a dead horse, but that horse has been in our ear all night and in our face as the Cavaliers offense continues. Here's Kusik again. Kusik gets very little, but credit him for a few.
Brought down by number 3, Jack Conjo, along with number
As he
4,
skirts his
Kate
way
Thomas.
across the 25. Kusik turned what would have been a no gain into a gain of around 2. Third and long for the Cavaliers. Make it 3rd and 8 as the clock winds. Under 7 minutes remaining now. 3 wide receivers this time for LeBron Smith. Smith looking, firing, down the field. A wobbler, and just a little too far for Isaiah Gonzalez.
Incomplete. Brings up a
The
4th
40-yard bomb this time.
No Hail Mary
Anderson.
prayer answered for the Cavaliers offense as the punt team comes out yet again. 6:39 remaining as the Cavaliers trail 28-14. Stay tuned for the post-game show. And as always, the player of the game brought to you by JT's Cuts. Maddox Anderson. Maddox Anderson nearly had that one blocked. Low liner bounces near the 45 and down at the 46-yard line. A lot of things to shake your head about here in week 0. Going to be very interesting to see what happens at practice and some of the changes as we go into week 1 next week for the Cavaliers.
Kiski's still trying to learn what this dude team is. For
Absolutely. As we said, several key players lost from last year's team. Several leading rushers, receivers, tacklers. Kiski trying to find new faces in big places as they trail by 14 with 6:31 to go. Here's a handoff to Moore, and Moore skirts his way off the right side, out of a tackle, across midfield, and near a first down. Nifty little run by Eric Moore.
It's been the running backs for Plum on the offensive
Gain
side of the ball.
9, 2nd down, 1.
Consistency has been the name of the game for the Plum offense. Consistent doses
Well, it's been Odom
of Eric Moore, yes, and Nick Odom. Here's Franzi. Gives to the man in motion. That's Darian Nelson. Nelson around the left side, flag on the play as Nelson works his way down the left side and into the end zone.
Flag on the play.
I think I might be coming back for a holding, though.
I think I may have to agree with you, Jess. The celebration continues, but I think it's going to be short-lived. And indeed, it will be called back. Holding on the Mustangs.
We've seen quite a lot of those. The score, but wait a second.
That is the third time that a touchdown has been called back via penalty against the Plum Mustangs tonight. So think about that. What is a 14-point lead for Plum? Could be a heck of a lot more if it wasn't for the laundry. Thank you to the referees for, on the scoreboard, making this somewhat of a ball game. Because if consistency has been the name of the game for the Plum offense, it certainly hasn't been for the Kiski offense.
I mean, they've had their splash plays, but just nothing really developing.
Here's a 2nd and 4. Man in motion. That's Nelson. This time, the give is to Moore. Moore shakes off a tackle. And Moore still on his feet. Ball is loose. Looks like Plum recovered it.
I was going to say, I mean, still a couple of shifty moves there. But comes up with it. Another nice run.
Moore was able to sneak out of a tackle. I believe it looked like number 74 from the Cavaliers.
Another big run. What do you think on the line? You think it's fatigue at this point?
Ben Penchak.
You think it's fatigue for the defense running they're allowing right now?
If it's fatigue, there's no excuse for that. Kiski area needs to suck it up. I know conditioning wasn't a problem, as the Cavaliers coaches certainly worked these football players to be conditioned properly. Just poor tackling or...
If you're conditioned well, if the running back is just that good, though,
I was just saying,
it can get you.
That could be the other option. The running backs are just that good. The line is just that good.
Just breaking down that that D line.
Absolutely, a big D line at that. Here's a 2nd and 3 for Plum. And before the snap, Plum will call a timeout. So you talk about that defensive line for the Cavaliers. I mentioned earlier that the offensive line, we assumed, would at least be, if not a position of strength, an area that we shouldn't have concern with. I believe the defensive line was in the same area.
Yeah, how many sacks were allowed given on the Smith?
Yeah, on the offensive side, absolutely. So
granted, there might have been times they held on the ball long, or maybe it was to anticipate the run with this opposed to throw, but...
Correct. Now on the defensive side, a lot of big bodies there, but as we mentioned a few minutes ago,
on Plum.
Correct. 2 100-yard rushers here tonight in Eric Moore and Nick Odom.
Looking to slow down.
.424 remaining in the ball game. Plum looking to extend its 14-point lead as they are faced with a 2nd and 3 from the Kiski area 29. Sean Franzi deep behind center. Hands off to one of those running backs. That's Moore. And Moore is immediately swallowed up by number 77, Jack Kreider. Kreider does a little stretch before regaining his position back on the defensive side. One of those big, experienced bodies that return for the Kiski area defensive line. Senior Jack Kreider, 6'3", 275. Anchoring the defensive line for the Cavaliers from the middle. Here's 3rd and 4. Man in motion is Nelson. The give is to Moore. Moore, tackled by Flem at the 28. Moore tried to stretch towards that first down marker, but he's going to be a long one or a short 2. shy as we bring up 4th down and just over 3 minutes to go.
And they want to go for it. What does that tell you when you're up 2 scores and you're going for it?
Oh, bobbled snap. I don't know if that was a design play as Franzi bobbled the snap into the hands of Moore. Whatever, it worked. Plum picks up a 1st down.
Not only did it work, it's been working.
Everything's been working for the Plum offense.
Running on the ground, it's been working.
As we mentioned, 2 100-plus yard rushers for the Mustangs tonight. The other, Nick Odom, in the backfield this time. And Odom will get the carry. Odom up the middle. Tackled again by Kreider. Assisted by Connor Flem.
Man, I think if you're Kiski, you know it's coming, yet still just...
We mentioned Eric Moore's name early on as the key guy for the Plum offense. He rushed for over 1,000 yards in each of his last 2 seasons.
You got to think defense on some big stops.
So certainly a monster player for the Mustangs offense, but Nick Odom, if he wasn't expected to be, he surely is now, as he has racked up several touchdowns, several big plays, and as we said, well over 100 yards. Here's Franzi handing off to Moore. Moore will go untouched into the end zone for a Plum touchdown. Franzi.
Okay, just making sure. No flags. Nope, that was good this time.
Thank you for clearing that up because there were 3 of them tonight, so that is an important addition by you, Jess.
Once again, a story of the night. It's been the running back Moore with another one.
Yes, indeed. The Plum running game continues to pile up yards and put up points.
Yeah, that's what we're going to see all season by Plum.
Extra point is good. And Plum leads 35-14 with a minute 59 remaining.
Cavaliers 14.
You are listening to the High Top Sports Network, Week 0. Let's take a quick break as we get set for the Plum kickoff. Welcome back to Plum High School. 1:59 remaining in the ball game as Plum has extended its lead to 35-14. Here's the kick by Bellino. Corralled by Simmons at the 5. Simmons across the 20 and pushed out of bounds at around the 23.
Simmons on the return, knocked out of bounds by number 16, Vincent Cabraro.
So the game's out of reach, but I mean, if you're Kiski, what, do you want to try something maybe in the game?
Yeah, I think if I'm the
For
Kiski
sake of
offense,
preseason at least, you know, something like, hey, can we try this
absolutely.
out?
Based on what they've shown so far tonight, inconsistency has been probably the only word. So would like to see them try to find a few plays that work
If anything, I
with a
think you
few
want to find the
personnel.
quarterback. Yeah, I think you want the quarterback to throw a little bit more.
With specific personnel that works. Here's Smith.
Right there, that's just been
And he's
another
brought
sack.
down.
Brought down.
That has been the story of the night.
Matt
Again, line troubles for the Cavaliers as LeBron
Gonna be
Smith
feeling that tomorrow.
is brought down at the line of scrimmage.
I haven't been keeping track too well, but I believe that was sack number 5 or 6.
At least, I would agree with you. If I had to guess, that sounds about right. On no official stats here. A minute 15 remaining. As LeBron Smith waits for the snap. Looks to his left. Looks to his middle. Eludes a tackler. Fires. And it's incomplete. Low throw to Dom Simmons. And Simmons is unable to hang on. So coming into the game, there were question marks at running back after losing 2 leading rushers last year, C.J. Hepler and Brock Wilkins. Those questions are still unanswered. Connor Flem had a few solid runs, but could never consistently get the ball. Here's a handoff to Kusik. And that, I believe, is his 4th or 5th carry of the night. He is part of that inconsistent backfield. Sophomore coming off an ACL injury. No varsity action up until this point. And TJ Phelps, the other ball carrier. So questions in the backfield. We knew Dom Donino would be a key receiver for the Cavaliers, and he certainly showed that tonight with 2 big receptions for touchdowns. One a Hail Mary right at the end of the first half, and the first score in today's ball game. A nice throw and catch by LeBron Smith and Dom Donino. We figured Dom Simmons would pick up some of the slack on offense, and indeed he has. We saw him on a few successful runs from the Wildcat position, and a big jump ball reception early in this second half. But other than that, again, a lot of inconsistency on the offensive side of the ball.
Plum here looking to get the first home win against Kiski in, I think, about 18 years. Just looking back how far back they go their meets.
He's not only good with the electronics hooking him up, he's good at looking things up. I told you he was an all-star. You didn't believe me. Jazz Forsey.
I hold my own.
He does it all. Color, camera, equipment, stats, you name it.
And
Kiski area.
Might as well just go for it.
4th and long.
Oh, okay.
Gonna toss it to Landon Kusik. Kusik still on his feet. Across the 40. And that'll be good enough for a first down.
And that might have been the best play we've seen the whole half of for Kiski.
I'm sure Plum was just as shocked as I was.
Well, that and the 4-yard bomb, but 4 hours on the ground, that hasn't.
As Kiski area went with a little turnaround, shovel, handoff. I don't know what you would call it. As Landon Kusik picked up a first down. And with just under 5 seconds to go, this will be the last play of the game. Kusik wrapped up just shy of the 45, and that indeed is the ball game. Plum takes the week 0 victory against the Cavaliers, 35-14, and narrows that
dominance
advantage in the overall series to 17-16-1. Plum won the last meeting in 2017, 9-6, and they won by an even greater margin here tonight.
Absolutely. Hey, the Cavaliers learned to march into battle on horseback. They couldn't tame these horses tonight. The running game, the defense, the Sac City with the defense, running backs all day. Both have to have at least 100 yards in this game, at least.
And we picked on the Kiski area offense for their inconsistency, but I agree with you. We probably didn't.
They had some splash plays. Again, they struck first. Get problems.
And we probably didn't touch enough on the Kiski defense as well. We talk about losses. You're losing a guy named Beef in the center of your defensive line.
That's pretty significant.
Several of your leading tacklers, Braden Dunmeyer, who's since moved on to Edinburgh. Brock Wilkins, who has moved on as a walk-on at Pitt. Several key contributors for the Cavaliers on both sides of the ball. And a lot of spots to fill for Sam Albert and his coaching staff. And it's going to be a long week of practice.
And let's not forget, the whole first half, they kept it tied. It was a close game. The second half just kind of, Plum just ignited.
Certainly, no official stats to give you here as of now, but as you said, Jess, Plum certainly dominated from the statistical categories. 2 running backs over 100 yards. Kiski, basically, the only positive yards they really received was on this last drive running when the game was basically over. From a sophomore who has never carried the ball at the varsity level and is coming off an ACL injury. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the Cavaliers recover heading into next week's game.
Got it. So, hey, we usually do for both teams who your player of the game was for both teams. You got one for Plum? Or actually, we'll start with Kiski. How about that huge 4-yard bomb, that beautiful catch?
Yeah, I think this is an easy one for Kiski area. You have to give it to Dom Danino. As much as LeBrin Smith, was able to maneuver in the pocket. As we said, there was a couple plays where we thought maybe he could have got the ball off a little quicker. Mm-hmm. But Dom Danino with both touchdowns, and as you said, the big Hail Mary catch in between at least one, if not 2 defenders right before half to tie the ball game.
Again, I was shocked. I was shocked at the silence on this end of the Plum fans. I was like, wait, that was actually cut. It surprised me.
And I don't know if you know this, Jess, and our viewers out there, anybody that knows Dom Danino knows the guy is not known for his size, but he is certainly known for his heart. Dom Danino, 5'9", 155.
And he jumped up for that.
Absolutely. It didn't just fall into his lap. Dom Danino went up and got that ball.
Absolutely. And we'll go to the Plum side. I'm sure it's plenty names you can say, but
I think you have to. I hate to cheat and take the easy way out, but with 2 running backs over 100 yards,
Nick Odom. Yep.
I think you have to go with Nick Odom and Eric Moore.
Eric Moore, absolutely.
Dominating performance by the Plum rushing attack. Obviously, 2 guys over 100. Pretty easy on that side as well.
Got it. And then I'd say a collective has to be the defensive line. At least 6 sacks.
Yeah, absolutely. So Kiski area falls in the opener, 35-14. Thank you to JT's Cuts. JT's Cuts is one of the premier barbershops in the 8K Valley, located at 1207 Lincoln Street in North Vandergrift. JT's Cuts offers men's cuts and shaves along with kids' cuts. JT's Cuts also offers certain styles for the ladies. Open Tuesday through Saturday by appointment. You can book directly via JT's Cuts. That's JTS Cuts with a Z.com. Or call 724-561-7075. That's 724-561-7075. Get right with JT's Cuts today.
Again, I'll hold you to that if I get my hair cut again.
JT's Cuts will present the player of the game every week for the Kiski area Cavaliers. This week, Dom Danino gets that free haircut, so I'll make sure that I see Dom sometime this week at practice, or, again, I don't want to be too impartial. I don't want to let our viewers know too much, but Dom Danino's probably over my house as much as any family member, so I'm sure I'll see him at some point in time
there you go.
to give him his certificate.
And then, let's see, looking into next week's game, so after this preseason, Plum they will travel to Fox Chapel next Friday, starting at 7 p.m. in a non-conference. And then you got Kiski I gotta say, just because I know the school, it could be a challenge. Next Friday, they host Pine Richland.
Definitely not going to be an easy ball game. Kiski area dropped down to 4A for the next 2 seasons, but they are no stranger to the Pine Richland Rams, as they had played Pine Richland in the last few seasons. Pine Richland was able to pull off a nail-biting victory against the Cavaliers last year, and was one of the reasons why the Kiski area, who finished 6-4, did not make the playoffs after starting 5-0.
Oh.
So the Cavaliers hopefully looking for a little redemption next week against Pine Richland. Again, non-conference game, but
keep in mind it's a different team this time.
A big game nonetheless.
Yep.
We said Cavaliers have several question marks that remain unanswered. Some holes that need to be filled. Some players certainly need to step up. In the absence of fellas that were lost to graduation and continuing their college career, tonight, not the best start as Kiski area falls 35-14. We loved having you here tonight. We apologize again for the craziness with our broadcast. Troubles with the internet here at Plum. But hopefully you were able to pick us up on YouTube. We tried to get it out as fast as we could on all of our social media channels.
I tried.
Jess, you did a great job getting us up, and I'm sure the normally we have many hundreds of people. Hopefully we were still able to get
I do feel bad.
a good bit of them.
Hundreds of people were expecting Blockscast. I truly apologize.
Yes, but we were here, and we promise to be here every single week. So stay tuned next week, as we said, as the Cavaliers will be at home, their home opener against Pine Richland. We will have it for you again on the High Top Sports Network. So for Jess Forsey, I'm Mark Flem. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week.
Yep, thank you. Bye-bye.